there, everyone. This morning I wanted to tell y'all a great story I heard about 5 monkeys and a ladder. And this story kind of speaks to the problem I think a lot of us have at times, which is we've always done it that way kind of syndrome. And that's why we limit ourselves from change, and therefore we limit ourselves from growth. So the story goes, they did a scientific experiment at one point where they put 5 monkeys in a cage with a ladder with some bananas on top. And as soon as one monkey went up the ladder to go get the bananas, the scientists doused the other 4 monkeys with really cold water. And they did this over and over again until as soon as any monkey went up the ladder to get the bananas, the other 4 would start beating him up violently. And this continued on until they all had it very ingrained that you don't go on the ladder or you get beat up. Well, interestingly enough, they decided to take the experiment further, and they replaced one monkey of the 4 with a new monkey, a fresh monkey. And this monkey naturally, immediately went up the ladder to get the bananas. And the other 4 beat him up just like the rest. They replaced one monkey at a time until all 5 monkeys were new. At this point, they stopped putting the water on. When they put the new one in, they stopped dousing with water. And then they replaced one monkey at a time until all 5 monkeys had never been doused with water. But the interesting thing was they continued, even with 5 completely new monkeys who didn't know about the water, they continued to beat up any of the monkeys that got on the ladder. Because why? Because that's what we do here. We beat up the monkey on the ladder. There was no more punishment, risk, reward, none of that. That's just a learned behavior. A similar story, I've heard of this, our preacher Tommy LaFan has told a couple of times. I love this story. He says there was this family, and they knew that pot roast tastes better if you cut the ends off. Then everybody in the family, from grandma's day on down, just kept doing it that way. And they said, well, I'm sure it lets the juices soak in, or it marinates better. So finally, one day, someone said, Grandma, why exactly is it that we cut the ends off of the roast whenever we put it in the pan? You know, what about that makes it taste so good? She goes, oh, well, it doesn't make it taste any better. That was just the size of pan I had. So, same point there once again. They saw it happening. They didn't understand the reasoning. They didn't question the reasoning. They just thought this is how we do it. So, I'm not exactly an anarchy kind of gal. I like law and order. I don't like chaos. But at the same time, I think the point we want to realize here for all of us is the way we grow and expand is to be willing to at least respectfully think outside the box and think, well, it's been done this way. Is that still the best way? Even if it was the best way in the past, is it still the best way? Because times and things change, and we have to evolve with them. So in business and in life, that really occurs to me. It seems to me the times that we've had the greatest successes in our businesses is because we didn't beat up the other monkeys going up the ladder. We stopped and said, hey, maybe we all need to be on the ladder getting some of those bananas down. And let's think what we can do that's bigger and different than what's being done.